Hey guys, we're in game number 6 now of this show match between TLO and WhiteRa. It is a PvZ on Ohana, a map that probably does favor WhiteRa. I don't see how TLO could possibly like this map just because it's so hard to do counterattacks on it. Much like Cloud Kingdom, which WhiteRa won by the way, you just wall up this one area, and then there's only one entrance into 3 of your bases. It is so easy to defend all 3 from run-bys just because of that fact. And TLO, that's what a lot of his play is based upon, being everywhere, exploiting holes in his opponent's wall to go in and do damage. So we'll see what TLO ends up doing this game. And also, most importantly, because we talked about WhiteRa building Stargates and losing, we gotta go to TLO and building Spires and Mutas and losing. The 2 games that TLO has built a Spire and Mutas, he could have got Corruptors, so he built Spires in other games to go up to Broodlords. But the 2 games he built Mutas, he's lost. So is he going to go back to Mutas, or is he just going to stick to what he's good at and go Ling and Fester? He hasn't really gone Mutas and 1 to my recollection. So we'll see what he does. WhiteRa does do the 9 probe scout just to keep TLO honest. Sees that pool timing will be going in, and that's actually a 12 pool. That is a 12 pool from TLO. So TLO, again, mixing up the pool timings. The other pool we saw was a 13, and TLO most likely will be sending in links. May try to go for a run-by. Or maybe he just wants to get this natural up as soon as possible and go up on 3 bases as soon as possible. I don't know what's going through TLO's head, but he does open up with a 12 pool. We'll see what WhiteRa does. He better not be going Nexus first. That's all I can say. Gonna be getting another probe, and there we go. A Forge is going down. Does know that is in fact a 12 pool. And the probe is going to go down here, just waiting to watch the lings come across. Probably won't even build a pylon. He may build a pylon and try to delay those lings. We'll see if he does. The pylon generally does delay lings. TLO only has 2 lava. There we go. The third one instantly popping, so he can get 6 lings almost instantly. So he will be sending a bunch of lings over to WhiteRa's base. We'll see if WhiteRa builds a pylon. The drone knocking a hatch. WhiteRa goes up, sees 3 eggs, so he's probably assuming that is 6 lings. Maybe. We'll see. He does know right now that is 6 lings. Decides not to build a pylon. Those lings are going to run all the way there. We do get a cannon going before the gateway, so WhiteRa should be generally safe against this. Ohana is a relatively big map for being, one-on-one. So those lings do take a while to get across the map, and it looks like, yes, that cannon will be finishing. And around 3:45, they hit the halfway mark. Well, I can't even say that because he's got that whole area. So I don't know how long it takes lings to run. There is a probe waiting here. So the lings cannot go in. Instead, they're going to go over here and attack these destructible rocks. Meanwhile, WhiteRa does go for these gases relatively early. And if there was an Overlord there, where's the Overlord going? Over here to see that natural timing. If instead that Overlord went to this base, he'd see this gas timing. And this gas timing in the past games has been Void Rays, or Stargates in general. Actually, double Stargates in normality, I guess, of WhiteRa. You build 1, why not build 2? I guess that's his motto. We do have the sub next core now being built, but that is delayed because of these double gases. So we'll see exactly what WhiteRa ends up doing. And this is one of the only games that TLO only sent his initial Overlord out. The other ones, the 9 Overlord, stayed back at home. I don't see that floating across the map. He is not getting in position to see this gas timing. So the one game TLO doesn't do it is a game that it would be very beneficial on. Zealot going down there to try to protect his rocks. Doesn't want those rocks to go down before the Zealots, his defense is ready. Some nice micro on TLO, pulling those lings back. Zealot goes in too good a spot, and there we go. Surrounds that Zealot, and the Zealot is going to go down. Those lings have 1 hit left each. Ling is going to try to run in, and goes down to that cannon. Zealot and Stalker going to be produced. Now a Stalker is being produced, and those lings can't do any more damage to those rocks, but did take over half the life down. We do have a drone moving down, so it looks like TLO will be going on a 3rd base. WhiteRa, with his delayed scout, is going to see that 3rd base and know exactly what TLO is up to. We do have 1 Stargate being built. Will another one be built? Doesn't look like it. Normally they've been relatively simultaneous, so it looks like it is going to be some type of gateway plus Stargate timing, I assume. We'll see exactly what WhiteRa ends up going for, but again, you can tell a Protoss what he's going to be doing based upon the gases, and the only reason I'm emphasizing that is because I was watching a cast earlier today. I'm not going to say who it was or who the co-casters were, but they said that you can't really tell what a Protoss is going to do until they do it. And that just, I just don't like that. But anyways, I'm sure you guys don't like that, and that's why you listen to me. But we do have the hatch being started, and this one probe going to be helping out. Lings are going to come, and those Lings do not have... No, they do have speed. What am I talking about? They do have speed. And again, some nice micro on those Lings by TLO. I don't think he lost a single one there. Lots of Lings injured. But the Stargate is coming out. That Void Ray immediately going to be moving across the map, so he will be scouted. What is TLO doing? He's not getting his normal 3 queens. So this is one of those odd games where TLO isn't just standardly getting a lot of queens out. Overlord's now moving across, realizing, oh god, I don't have vision of this area. I don't know what you're doing. I'm playing more in the dark than I normally am. Those Lings are going to try to take out these rocks, but there are now sentries to start picking them off slowly but surely. If there was one up here, he could defend the rocks. Void Ray moving across. I believe he did get scouted. We have a Spore Crawler being started, so yes, that Watchtower did see the Void Ray. But even seeing that, it does force 3 Spore Crawlers down at this third base, and a Queen is on the way. So this third base looks like it will be defended. We do have 2 gates just about to finish. Another Queen does come. The Spore Crawlers do get canceled, realizing he wants those drones. Pulls the Queen off this natural and the main. So TLO not going to be getting any larva from injects. Saying, I want to keep my third base at all costs, at the cost of missing out on larva. And that is going to be very dangerous, as very shortly WhiteRa is going to have a lot of ground units moving across the map, and TLO is going to be wishing he had larva to build units with. TLO getting a lot of drones still. He needs to start getting units, especially because he isn't going to have those injects that he's used to having. Get another queen. 2 queens. Wait, where's the... There's a queen missing. Oh, there are 2 queens at the third base. Okay. So he's looking that they're going to get the natural. There's 2 Void Rays going to kill a few Lings. But again, very shortly, these Zealots are going to go across the map, most likely when this is around 1:30. WhiteRa will move out, because then it will become a timing of +1. And he Chrono Boost, that should be moving out now. Generally, you shouldn't move out when your upgrade finishes. Move out so it hits when you go across the map. 3 Voiders are now up by WhiteRa, not building any Phoenix. And this Overlord is going to be falling. Lings are going out. Will TLO attempt a run by WhiteRa? Not going to let that happen. Going to be warping in a Zealot, not leaving that hole open for all too long. And there's Void Rays going to be pulling on back, getting the kills. They don't really have that many. Keep in mind, only 2 kills between these 3 Void Rays, and that was most likely Zerglings. But all these Zealots coming in, keep in mind, those are +1 Zealots. Those Lings do have +1 armor, so it negates the +1 attack. Zealots go back to 3-shotting Lings. But those sentries do have near full energy, so this third base is going to be falling. And WhiteRa, is he going to ignore that? It looked like he was. TLO going to start taking out these rocks, and this pylon is going to be completing, so it looks like he just wants one more warp-in cycle, getting more pylons around the place. These Lings going to take out that pylon. WhiteRa right now, supply cap. Pylon does go down. This one does come up, allows to WhiteRa to warp in units. What a horrible time to be supply cap and lose a pylon. Those Lings trying to run in, but that Zealot was enough to fend them off. And because those Lings were away, those Zealots just demolished. TLO, though, getting 3 Infestors right now. Timed perfectly, I believe. Yes, perfectly to that passing glance. All these Zealots going down to these Lings, more warping in. But there's, whoa, a lot more Zealots over here. WhiteRa just had so many Zealots on the map. Was 17 when I pulled that up. We do have that one hatch now going to be going down, ignoring the third base. And is he going to ignore this natural as well and just go up? No, he isn't. He does have plenty of energy left. He could force field this natural, but instead he is going to be going up. Few force fields go down. Now those Zealots can get fungled. Instead, going to fungal the sentries. Needs to kill these because this is a lot of energy. One more fungal would have sealed the deal on that sentry's life. And is it going to go down? No, it won't. The Infestor does back off. Wait, it does go. No force fields get placed, and that allows TLO to go and defend his main base. A lot of Zealots warping in right now. That is 6 at a time. Another pylon is being produced. And WhiteRa going to be using a unit wall at that ramp. Evo Chamber is going to be falling. Zealot's going to take down these Spore Crawlers so the Void Rays don't get hit by them. There's not much anti-air. These Queens can't really do too much. Drones on a hold position where the Spine Crawler and Queen can hit them. But again, not looking good for TLO. 1 bit, 75 supply to 114. It looks like WhiteRa has broken the Void Ray curse. And I have to wonder, If TLO sent his 9 Overlord out to see this gas timing, would this have taken him by surprise? Probably not. And now this Lover is going to be falling to these Voiders. He is going to be trying a last-ditch effort at taking out this wall. WhiteRa, though, going to be able to reinforce this. Is not supply capped. There we go. More Zealots morphed in the back. And with that is going to be the game. Infestor comes out. Does not get a Fungal Growth off. Falls immediately. Wait. Lings do get him. More Zealots morphing in. Lots of Infested but I don't see that being enough. TLO is expanding over here. Going in as workers. It is 12 drones to 46 probes. And that layer does fall. TLO, I'm not sure what he's doing. Getting another spawning pool. Getting a fleet beacon right now for WhiteRa. Because, well, carriers are pretty good, I guess. That's what WhiteRa thinks. I don't believe him, but he makes them work from time to time, which is really cool. Giving carriers kind of a meaning in Wings of Liberty. Because once Herded Swarm comes out, they will be a forgotten art. And WhiteRa will probably be one of the few Protosses. I think Squirtle is up there with winning professional games with carriers. Not too many pro players will be able to say that, and Herd of the Swarm is coming out relatively soon. But that will be the game. We will be going into an ace match, guys. WhiteRa just won a game with the Stargate. So, ace match time. Cannot say. I am very happy. That's what I meant to say. I said I can't say, and I was like, wait. What, how do you follow that phrase up? I actually don't know. Because again, when I do all this casting, for some reason, all words go out of my mouth. Or maybe that's just in general I can talk about StarCraft. But either way, when I talk about things non-StarCraft, that's when I start fumbling. Which is why I'm an analytical caster, because it suits me. And I think I'm a pretty darn good one. We will be going into Game 7, so stay tuned. And thanks again for watching.